Next up, we chase down early winter bluegills that have taken up residence along a weed line that is still providing oxygen and cover. These fish are coming through in small schools as they roam the outer edge of the weeds in search of an easy meal. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by L&M Fleet Supply and Lindy Fishing Tackle. Guy came from the bottom. It should be a bluegill. I don't think it's a perch. Yeah, it's a good gill. Look at that, great way to start the day. Look at that, exactly what we're gonna go out and target today. Bluegills in early winter. And let me tell you something, I don't know that there is a more finicky fish at the beginning of winter than bluegills, because you know, we talk a lot about these great early ice bites, but most of the time I tend to feel like those best early ice bites are crappies and walleyes. A lot of these early ice bites when it comes to bluegills can be a little bit tough, because fish like that one right there, here's the deal. He's not as predictable in the fall as far as where he's been and where he's going. First thing you gotta do, you gotta find these fish. But secondly, these fish act very, very different. Bluegills, what can make them so complicated early in the year is because there's still weed growth out there. The bottom line is they can get really hard to find. They'll hide in the weeds, they'll be out on the edges like what we're fishing this afternoon. They'll be in positions that are almost really, really hard to find, and they get really, really finicky. So what we're gonna talk about today is just tips and tricks that are gonna help you catch more of those early winter bluegills, because I'll tell you what, if there's anything I think is just a ton of fun, it's pulling bluegills up through the ice, especially in early winter. In between fish, I want to show you something really cool. I've been running these heat hog heaters for a couple years now. And one of the neatest things about this heat hog heater is the propane canister is actually in the back here. This plate just pops off, you screw your propane canister on, you put the plate back on. Here's what that does. It keeps the warmth of the heater around the canister inside of there. And what that does is it keeps propane warm. And if you keep the propane warm, it uses all of the propane, giving you a longer run time than the other competing heaters out there. Ooh, that could be a gilly. Looks like a gilly. Looks like a couple of them. Those are bluegills. Come on. There it is, got them. You can tell these are bluegills just by the way they look on the screen. It's going in circles. They're bigger, they're thicker. And when they come in like they did here in a pack, that's when you know they're gills. Big gill, look at that one. I'm gonna just slide him right out of there. I'm gonna show them to you, and then we're gonna get right back down there. Look at that. Gills travel in packs. And here's how I knew when these fish came in. Right away, I knew that these were the fish that we're hunting for. And here's why. They came in as a group. And the main reason that these gills, here, we're gonna get this one to turn around. He was trying to get away. That's why I just quick grabbed that rod. I wanna bait this one up and get it back in, but this guy was swimming the wrong direction. I didn't want him to get away on me. And he turned around. We got his attention again. This is one of the biggest keys, is when they start coming in these packs, you've got to keep their attention. Oh, they got away on me. They're swimming away on me. Shoot, let's get this one baited back up and get it in. Here's the thing. Bluegills feel that need to be together. If you catch one gill, there's usually more with them. And right there were 4 or 5 with them. I just didn't capitalize there. I got them to turn around. You're gonna get one here, you're gonna get one there, and there's gonna be packs that keep coming through. And you just gotta be prepared to you know, capitalize when that pack gets in here. That was a beautiful fish. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish is brought to you by these fine sponsors. There he is, got him on that one. I wonder if I lost my bait on this other one. That might have been what happened here. This gill came in and he was up on that other one, and I wonder when he hit it if I lost my bait. But great time to, another dandy gill. Holy smokes, these are nice fish. I'm gonna get this guy unhooked, then I'm gonna show you what I'm using. Look at that, what an awesome fish. Man, that is just great. This lake I'm on has so many of these nice fish. Look at that. Get out of here, buddy. Let me show you what I'm using here real quick, because I'm gonna have to rebait anyway. This is a Lindy tungsten toad. And I'm using the same bait on both of these rods tonight, just focusing on gills. And you know, in between there, we're popping a couple walleyes and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But here's the deal. When you look at this jig, this little tungsten jig, it comes in a size 14, which is the smallest hook. It comes in a 12, which is what I'm using here. Then it also comes in a 10 that you'll see me using for crappies a lot of the time. And now, brand new, it comes in an 8 and a 6. But what's great about this tungsten toad is it's got a little bit of an offset hook, just about 10 degrees. And when you jig this, what that offset hook does is it makes it so the jig actually has a rocking motion down there. So ultimately, you're kind of dancing it around down there, and it's helping that waxworm dance around. And that can make a big, big difference in getting bluegill's attention. Just that little bit of tipping back and forth can make a big difference. They come in a whole variety of colors. There's glow colors. Anything you need, I mean, you can find in this tungsten toad lineup. There's one right there. Sitting here retying this other line. Look over and this thing's about pulling off the bucket. Feels like a good gill too. Yeah, look at that one. Wow. That's a good one. Wow. That is cool. It just goes to show you how important that dead stick can be. You know, and I'll tell you, over the years, if there's one thing I've learned, I think the best dead stick rod holder is a 5-gallon pail. I'll tell you why. It gives you leverage right there, and with this tuned up custom precision noodle, it just pulls the tip. This fish couldn't tip that rod up and out of there, even with the size of what he is. And yet, stayed hooked up for me. That's another good fish. Man, I'll tell you, that's fun stuff. That toothpick right there, you've heard me say it a lot over the years, but that is the easiest hook removal system there is for a tungsten jig, right there. Wow, look at that fish. Awesome gilly. Get out of here, buddy. It's early December and the key depths are 16 to 19 feet along a lingering weed line. The skies are overcast with light winds and temps in the mid-20s. Number 12 Lindy tungsten toads in red glow and chartreuse lime tipped with waxworms are the baits of choice. Pair that up with a tuned up custom precision noodle rod, which is specifically designed for fishing a tungsten jig, and you've got the perfect setup. There he is right there. Yeah, that's the right kind. You could tell when they came in on the screen that this was a school of the right ones. There's 3 or 4 of them that came in here, and we just pulled this one out, and the other couple scattered, but they can't be too far. Oh yeah, good gilly. Look at that one. Perfect. Man, I'll tell you, this stuff, this early winter pan fishing is just so much fun. You look at a fish like this, you combine them with the walleyes we've caught today, the other bluegills, and this fish and weed line stuff, I'll tell you what, it's tough to beat, especially at this time of the year before you get a bunch of snow on the ice. These weed lines, they're just absolutely deadly because they are as flourishing as they're gonna be all winter. They're still giving off oxygen, they're still holding bait fish, they're still doing all the things that you need them to do to have the fish you're hunting for there. Get out and fish some of these weed lines, especially on early ice. I'll tell you what, some fun stuff. All right. Closed captioning for Jon Thelen's Destination Fish has been brought to you by L&M Fleet Supply. Jon Thelen's Destination Fish has been brought to you by these great sponsors: